$5,000. This is what President Tinubu is paying to buy the democratic rights of our senators and House of Reps. Let us quickly listen to what Obasanjo has to say, how democracy is not what Africans should practice. And after that, we continue our further analysis.
Democracy is meant to be a system of government that delivers and delivers to all the people, not just a section of the people, not just a few. But what do we have today? I believe since we gone past the Greek democracy, which brought everybody to the square, and everybody has a say in the decision making, which affects everybody, or which affected everybody. Democracy has now become representative democracy. And representative democracy has not taken care of everybody. Today we have democracy, which is government of the people, of small number of people, by a small number of people, over large number of people who are deprived of what they need to have in life. Now that is not democracy that will endure. So if you are talking of democracy failing in Africa, democracy in Africa has failed. And why has it failed? Because it didn't have any, in context and in content, it's not African. It does not have any aspect of our culture, our way of life, what we stand for, what we believe, Ubuntu. I am because we are. It is I am because I can grab. What sort of democracy brings you and you grab everything and then illegally, corruptly, and you say go to court? When you know that even in the court, you cannot get justice. So if democracy is not that democracy is failing, democracy is dying. And if we are going to make democracy not to die, we have to look at democracy in the context and in the content of Africa.
$5,000. This is the amount the senators and House of Rep collected to sell away their voting right against Fubara. Just earlier today, we discovered that the presidency, as reported, paid a sum of 5,000 naira as salad gesture, not bribe. These are all manners traits that are anti-democratic. In every developing democracy, when the public servants are caught accepting any manner of bribe or gift, they are expected to be resigned forcefully and they are expected to be chased away. But in Nigeria, it is seen as a norm, an abnormality that has been normalized, wherein public servants, senators, will even announce it on public TV channels that the president gave out this amount of money for us to share so that we can celebrate Salah in good faith. It is funny that what we think we practice in Nigeria is nothing but a sham. we can see that the Northerners are exposing everything about this President Tinubu. We can see that they will play along. When they play along, when they have the concrete evidence, they stab him at the back. President Tinubu is being targeted to fall down by 2027, just as we also saw in another news that Atiku keeps rallying oppositions to come to his side, working on a coalition that would put him as the leading principal. And this is another base or another topic for argument, that must it be a northerner that will lead the coalition. Tinubu is understanding all these things. He's looking at it and he's just laughing. That you guys, I will see people within your camp that will push tribal bigotry, that will push ethnic divisive campaign, that a northerner cannot come after 8 years of Buhari to unseat me, a southerner. If you are going to have any opposition that will unseat Tinubu, it has to be from the south. And this is why conversations like, should we have a Peter Obi or should we have a Jonathan that will unseat Tinubu, or should we have a radical like Showore? The northerners trying to come forward that they want to defeat Tinubu will of course push us into more conversations that are tribalistic. It's as simple as that. We're going to have all those tribal conversations that no, it's not the time of the North. The North are not the only one that is ruling this country. We are not going to vote for you, and we are going to have division. If Atiku truly loves this country, he should back three of those names that I mentioned. Is it that he endorses Peter Obi, or he lets Jonathan to rerun so that Jonathan can have his remaining 4 years as a president, or he backs Showore, even though Showore would not accept that endorsement. He can embark it, he can endorse me, because these are all Southerners. We have an Igbo man, we have an Ijaw man, and we also have a Yoruba man. These people are fit. They match the formula that we use, which is not to do 8 years, south to do 8 years, that we use to appoint the zoning formula and all that, the rotational formula, whatever the case is, that we like to do in Nigeria, since we have decided to push aside competency, to push aside character, since we want to say that it has to be tribal conversations that will lead the chart of our argument, then an article will fail if he tries to recontest come 2027. I mean, there are so many things going on now that it is apparent that Tinubu is just out there to ensure that he recaptures this country by 2027. Looking at what is going on in Port Harcourt, how they use the military to topple Fubara, and all of a sudden Fubara is now a church boy. We are seeing Fubara in I think in Bitoye, or one man like that. Instead of Fubara to fight these people who are trying to usurp his democratic right, a position that he was elected to occupy and possess, Fubara just left it, let it go. Now he is visiting all churches, from Redeemed to Covenant, from Covenant to Celestial Church of Christ, from Celestial Church of Christ to Catholic, saying that he looks on to God to fight for his oh God. By 2027, a signal is right before us that no matter how the Nigerian youth want to pray, Tinubu does not give a damn. He doesn't care. He doesn't even believe in God fighting for you for political position. What Tinubu understands is a head-on fight. We face him, he face sooner. He face you, we face him back. Or have you all forgotten that interview he had in United Kingdom, where he said that in politics there are three actions you need to take. You need to grab, you need to snatch, and then you have to what? Run away with power. Otherwise, power is never served a la carte. I mean, that is his philosophy. A man who is a power snatcher, a power grabber, and a power runner, run away. Now when I want take grammar, take collect power for hand. Does it show any sign of readiness from us as a Nigerian people? So we see that the north is out of it. Our hope as a Nigerian people is not in the north. We have to decide as the youth collectively that we want to pick a southerner. That southerner must have one thing, he must have that boldness to face Tinubu. He cannot do gentleman politics. No, 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 it's not going to work. Atiku is too gentle for me. Peter Obi, maybe if Peter Obi can put on his radical cap, maybe, we might say that, yes, this man has grown the muscle to fight the monsters who are in power today. A man is not born with muscles. A man build muscles. A man build six packs. He build his chest broadness. A man would take upon himself to visit the gym or start carrying heavy load so that he can have the capacity to build muscles, have the confidence, have the physical characteristics to look like someone that nobody can bully. If a Peter Obi wants to fight a Tinubu, right from now he must begin to practice that muscle for the Nigerian political arena. You have to be brutal for you to campaign, for you to run for anything Nigerian politics. You might get there and soften things and correct things, fine. But when you are still an outsider, you do not have the power that be. You do not have the power to command and control. You must begin to carry muscles. You must begin to speak truth to power aggressively and provocatively. You must begin to catalyze, rile up, and of course, sensitize the youth that what we are going for in 2027 is a do or do affair. It has to be us or us alone, no other person. In war, there is nothing as second. You have to either be the victor or you have been vanquished. There's nothing like you came second. Okay, you know what? Now you stand a chance. Of course, that is not conversation. Yeah. If you look at what Fubara is going through now, Fubara is in the limbo, and the only place he can find solace and refuge is the church. As the church helped him out, didn't we see Wicked on Sunday just recently where he donated some amount of money? Have we not heard that Tinubu has disbursed money across the mosques in the north and in the south for the Salah that is coming up? Was it not someone that is within the system, within the Olo chamber, that said that Tinubu disbursed $5,000 reportedly to us as senators and House of Reps as a gift of Salah in a democratic system whereby the executive arm of government is buying the conscience of the people. So in a nutshell, we as a people have to rise and we have to ensure the right person is leading us. Let us listen to the words of this person who has this thing to say. Bye for now.
Fubara now has make Nigerians, the job people, to realize that the job will never be given power in Nigeria again, because at first it was Jonathan that was the giving power, but reluctantly Jonathan threw the power away. It's like the job people don't know how to manage power, and Fubara now have come to prove it again, because you wanted to fight God for that reason. You should be able to put this in order. Fight if you want to fight. Don't be all these things we are doing. Did you think that the federal government and Wike will come for you? What was your preparation before? Now you are going to church. What will church do for you? The last time we heard that Adebo visited him, pray for him. Do this about prayer? God is not interested in this thing. This is man-to-man battle, my brother. And you're also calling God, Wike and Tinubu too. They are calling their God. Guy, come on, let's fight one-on-one. You should know that if I win this battle, I win. If I lose, I lose. Look at the 4 lepers in the Bible. They got to understand there was hunger in the land. They were very hungry. They came to, the lepers, they don't, in the olden days, they don't allow lepers to go close to people.
Yes.
And no food. Nobody is giving them food. It's like what we're facing in Nigeria now, where people cannot eat. The little one you have, will you go and give it to a beggar? You manage it with your family. And those 4 lepers, they came to themselves and they say, you know what? If we go out, they kill us. We will die. If we stay here, hunger will kill us. Those 4 lepers, they moved from their comfort zone. They moved out to the city. And God backed them up. When they were going, the Lord The Lord packaged a chariot of noise. The city, they flew away. They thought that maybe the war are coming. That is how they pack food, they eat food, and they eat enough. What am I saying in essence? There are some certain things that you need to take a move. Don't wait for God. God cannot do everything for you. God has already created everything for us. It's for we to do. That's why the Bible says, right from the time of John the Baptist, the kingdom of God suffer violence, men of violence take it by force. So if Fubara is not ready to take it by force, you are going to church to go and pray, you are wasting your time. I have told you right now, information available to me now that Fubara, EFCC is about to pick Fubara. And once EFCC pick Fubara right now, the game is over. I can tell you that this game was orchestrated by Wike and Tinubu. Because they knew by impeaching Fubara will cause a lot of chaos in River State. And they decided, you know what, this is how we're going to do it. They orchestrated this disaster you are seeing pipeline bombing. These are politicians, they did it. These people who are, they are the one that did it. It is not Wike, it is not Fubara. Fubara is the one that is holding the destiny of River State. Fubara is just like a person who is carrying red oil. You will know how to walk than somebody who is carrying a stone or who is carrying fufu. That if fufu fall and you can still pick your fufu. That is who Wike and Tinubu is. And look at what they have done to him right now. So if I wear the shoe of Fubara, I will not take it lightly, my brother. If I perish on this battle, I perish. If I succeed, I succeed. For me, Fubara is a weakling to me because as it is now,
It's
look
a
at
weakling.
it. Yes, as it is now, the whole world now, you can see everybody is chastising Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Wike. Because the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, because of this single act, he has put us where we are. The blood of Nigeria does not want any of my ambition. Jonathan would have fought in that 2015. Buhari will have not been a president. And today we will not have a disaster, somebody like Tinubu. Look at how he have turned our country to, they are no longer respecting our institution. We see in international world now, nobody respecting Nigerians. Look at what Jonathan was saying. Jonathan said it is not because of the yahoos that are making the internationals not to respect Nigeria, because of this single act Akpabio, Tinubu, and Wike is doing. We have three principalities in Nigeria as it stands today. We have principality, which is Tinubu, which is in the side of the executive. We have another principality, Akpabio, who control legislature. We heard that this thing they did by voting in National Assembly, that they were shared by $10,000. That was the information. That was what is outside, going out in circulation. But Akpabio knows whether it's true, because many senators now are debunking it, that they are not part of people who collect that $10,000 just to make sure that they size Tinubu. So Wike now is another principality of the judiciary. Whoever Tinubu stand in a size now become win. That's why I told you, take your problem to Wike and leave it there. When it is matter of judiciary, whether you are on the loser side or not, as far as you are Wike, you will win. Look at what just happened in Kano. We have two battles, the Emir Sanusi and the other Bayero, something like that. Sanusi has already won this game, but the moment the other guy visited Wike overnight, Supreme Court give judgment in the favor of the other guy. As I speak to you now, Sanusi now has lost. So what does that tell you? Whoever Wike support in Nigeria now, in terms of judiciary, forget about it. I believe that could be the reason why Tinubu is doing all possible means not to lose a Wike. But as it is now, it's going to be so dangerous for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because the people who make him a president is the North, and the North now, they are kicking against him.
Okay, so are you saying that the spiritual does no longer control the physical? Because I think this is why Fubara thinks if he maybe commits his problem into God's hands, maybe God will enter the minds of Wike and Tinubu. Maybe they will have a change of heart. Are you saying it's going the wrong way? And also, you also said the Ijos can never be trusted. Are you saying the Ijos, like the line of Asarido, Kuba and Co., are never to be trusted with power?
Anyway? Yes, of course. As I told you now, many Nigerians will not want to waste their time for Ijaw people again. They feel that Ijaw people are weak. They are weak. You cannot tell me that Jonathan did the same thing. Fubara is also doing the same thing. And you people have power. When you talk about from Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Ijos are the next largest ethnic group in Nigeria. As I speak to you, there are many Ijaw in the southwest here. Yeah. Ondo, when you go to Ondo State, you see Ijaw. Yeah. Edo State, when you go to Agenegbe, you see Ijaw. Every region in Nigeria, Ijaw people are there. What are they afraid of? How can one man just wake up overnight and use military to remove Fubara? How? Is it possible? Will Tinubu now allow the military to overthrow him? The answer is no. If Tinubu will not allow, what make Fubara to fold his hand? To that, I speak to you, the obedient movement, they are regretting that they never fight because Obi told them that if you leave it, they will leave the matter for court. What happened? That's why somebody like me, I cannot fold my hand and vote for Peter Obi again. I am in the side of Kenneth Okonkwo. Obi is just too weak. Obi does not fit Nigeria politics. If you want to be a pastor, be a pastor. If you want to be a politician, be a politician. That's what I'm telling you, that Fubara going to church is a waste of time. Is it not the same Bible that said it, since the time of John the Baptist, the kingdom of God suffer violence, the men of violence take it by force? Is he going to church to go and take the violence? Is it not the God is calling the wicked people are calling? Do you know how many pastors too that are praying for wicked? Do you know how many pastors that is praying for Tinubu today? Is it not the same God we are calling? God has given the power to us. Do whatever you like as a politician. Going to church was a wrong move for Fubara.
Thank you very much for that brilliant submission.
Thank you for having me.